set all these pieces of the likes of Lewandowski coming in. And is Lewandowski, because I love Bayern Munich, but Lewandowski did score a lot of goals, but Bayern were the best team in the league by a mile, and Lewandowski was being fed by some of the best curators in Europe. Is Lewandowski going to get the same treatment at Barcelona, or are we going to see Lewandowski either elevate to a new level to where he's clearly going to be the best player in the team without a shadow of doubt, to where he's going to carry this team? To what extent, we'll have to see. Or is this where we're going to see Lewandowski's numbers slow down a bit because he doesn't have the same supply, the same consistent, let's say, consistent help that he, for example, got from Bayern and his teammates there. But yeah, regarding Lewandowski, the thing really is, I'm so excited for this transfer. Sorry guys, it's like really hot. It's like 30 degrees right now, and it's 8 p.m. Yeah. So the big thing regarding Lewandowski and Barcelona is, let's just see, is a great signing, great move, a good move for Lewandowski, because I think that it's time that he left Bayern. And again, if he does something really special with Barcelona this season, for example, getting into the late stages of the Champions League or winning a title, maybe the La Liga, maybe if they did that, then I think it would be a lock for Lewandowski to win the Ballon d'Or. I'm probably sure that is his only goal as it comes to Barcelona. I think he wants to leave a mark. I think that he wants to be part of this rebuilding phase. I think that when people look back at this stage in Barcelona's history, I think he wants to be remembered as one of those catalysts that started a new movement at the Catalonia. But again, we'll just have to see. Now, let's stay on the topic of Barcelona, and they've signed Rafinha. And Rafinha is a very electrifying player who scored 11 goals this season in the Premier League. 11 goals is not the best, but when you scored 11 goals in a team like Leeds, in a club like Leeds, with all the other teams that are in it as well, it is quite impressive. And Barcelona, they got the deal done. They pretty much really wanted Rafinha, and they got it done. And this shows how Barcelona are not afraid to go after the players that they want to, even in this financial period, financial situation at the club. It's not like Barcelona are dead broke. It's not like Barcelona, won't be able to pay their players' wages. It's just that I think Barcelona have bigger priorities right now than me signing players like Rafinha, but they got it done. So with Rafinha, I truly hope that Rafinha works out at Barcelona. Otherwise, it's going to be an embarrassment, considering where they are right now financially and how long it took them to sign him. So Barcelona make good use of him, because there are clubs out there like Chelsea who could really do with a player like Rafinha right now, as they have Sterling as well. And now let's leave Barcelona alone for a bit. I want to talk about a transfer that's quite exciting and that has so far changed the way I am thinking about the Champions League next season, and that is the Ligt to Bayern Munich. The Ligt is, I don't think the Ligt has reached um, the expectations that people had upon him as he left Ajax to Juventus. This has also been because Juventus, over the past 2 seasons, have not been the giants that we have known them to be. After dominating for such a long time, they've not won the league in 2 years straight. They've gone for both clubs in Milan. That's also not helped the Ligt's case, the fact that he has not played with Juventus at their best. But just regarding the Ligt alone and his football play and whatnot, he's not being the player that he showed that he could be at Ajax. Was it a language barrier thing at Italy? Was it something else that we don't know about behind the scenes? I guess we'll never find out. But the truth of the matter is, the Ligt still has a lot to achieve, I think, because I think he's one of the best probably the best young centre back in the world. And yeah, it's time for him to stop really pushing that mantle, because how old is the Ligt? The Ligt is so young, 22. He's going to turn 23 in August. So, how such as wait. Yeah, that's what we're getting into, bro. What I was gonna say next is, I think that with the Ligt, Bayern are now probably my favorite team to win the Champions League because it is really neck and neck in the Champions League right now. And the reason why I say De Ligt makes Bayern a better team is that one, he's had this development years Juventus, and now I think that we are really going to begin to see whether they can take it. With most centre backs, they reach, I'll say that their prime quite a bit later because as a centre back, that awareness, that experience, it takes time to get it. Whereas a young player, look at how young Messi was when he won his first Ballon d'Or. I think by the age of 22 or 23, Messi already had a few Ballon d'Ors under his belt. For a centre back, it's very hard to do that. It takes time, it takes experience, and where I think the league is going to elevate this Bayern team is the fact that he's already had this 2 years of development and he's going to just now begin to hit his prime. Still far away from his prime, but as he's getting closer to it, as he gets more experience, the Ligt is in a few years he will be the best centre back in the world. I truly believe that. He's already shown how talented he is at Ajax. He, I'm not going to say his years at Juventus were bad. They weren't bad. They were good. I'm just looking at it from the point of view that I personally, at least, from what I saw from the league, uh, Ajax at the age of 19, being the captain of a team that went all the way to the semi-finals, my expectations for the league were through the roofs, and that was probably my fault for putting so much expectation on such a young player. But hopefully, we get to see the real Ligt now at Juventus. I say real Ligt because now he's had this experience. He's had enough time in the game. Probably one of the best places to develop as a centre back is in Italy, as the football really revolves around the defense, especially in a club like Juventus, where you have the likes of Bonucci and Chiellini around you. So yeah, the Ligt coming to Bayern Munich will be very interesting, and I hope that he does very well at this team. And that's really it regarding the league. I think it is a great signing. It is a steal. I wanted the league to go to Chelsea. Although I'm not like the biggest Chelsea fan, I like Chelsea. I think they're a good club. And the league at Chelsea would have been very interesting. Imagine the league and Koulibaly, and then you get in someone and anyone really. The league and Koulibaly, oh, scary four. And actually, I'm quite glad it didn't happen because it would not have been good for my Manchester United. Chelsea are already one of the best defensive teams in the world in Europe right now. Hopefully he doesn't play handball like he did at Euros. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't. Again, and that handball, it really comes down to like immaturity. He is a good centre back, but to become a top tier centre, to become a Sergio Ramos, a Van Dijk, look at how old these guys are. Maybe Van Dijk is not that old, but he's not as young as De Ligt. It takes time. You need that experience. You need to make those mistakes time and time again so that you don't make them anymore. Being a centre back, it's not, for example, again, look at Messi, look at Ronaldo, look at how young these guys were when they won the Ballon d'Or. To be the best player in the world as a winger, as a striker, even as a midfielder, I'm not going to say it doesn't take experience. Of course, it takes experience, but it doesn't take as much as a centre back because as a centre back, being the last people in that line, if you make a mistake, your team's going to concede. So you need that awareness. You need that, I'll call it muscle memory. That's really what's going to take you to the next level as a centre back. And the best centre backs in the world, or at least the centre backs that perform the best at that time, all much more experienced players, if we can say that. But let's leave the Ligt alone. Let's leave Bayern alone, and let's move on to Koulibaly. And this has been one of my favorite transfers of the summer. Yeah, it has really felt like Koulibaly has been around the transfer window pretty much in every single window, and there's always rumors of where Koulibaly is going to go, or he's going to go to this club, he's going to go to that club. And I'm just happy Koulibaly finally went somewhere. He's been at Napoli for too long. And yeah, again, I've said this in another live stream, but even if you don't think Koulibaly is not that great of a defender, which in my opinion is very stupid, even if you don't think Koulibaly is that great of a defender, yeah, and that's another thing. Thank you, bro, for reminding me. For only 40 million, I'll get into that as to why that 40 million is very important, especially in this market, because with Koulibaly, you're not just getting a player that is technically one of the best centre backs in the world. Again, he already has that experience, so maybe that's a better deal than the league because he comes cheaper and he also comes with more experience. But for me, what Koulibaly is really going to bring to this Chelsea team, which is a young team, is experience. Koulibaly has captained both Napoli and Senegal, getting the captain of two teams. The captain of Napoli, who went on an amazing title run this season. Yes, it really came down to AC Milan and Inter Milan this season, and Napoli kind of got left behind during March, April, but they still went on a crazy run. And Koulibaly was the captain. Then at Senegal, he helped Senegal to win the African Cup. So you're talking about a captain, a true leader that's going to come in and help all these young players in the team. And that's priceless. You can't put a price on that. 40 million pounds. Come on, man. Great, great deal. I'm just excited to see Koulibaly at Chelsea. I think that it is an amazing pairing for both teams, really, for where Chelsea are taking it right now, for where Koulibaly is in his career. So hopefully those guys, they can really make it work. Let's leave Koulibaly alone now. Let's move on to Donny van de Beek. And with Donny van de Beek, the thing is really, where does he fit and what is Ten Hag's plan for Donny really? Because with Van de Beek, I personally thought that this was Van de Beek's time to shine, especially in this, what do you call it, in this preseason. You get a manager who's been the manager that really set you up for where you are right now. And with that's from Van de Beek's point of view. And with Ten Hag, you're coming into a new club and you're reuniting yourself with a player that has been good for you, who you trust, and he doesn't even start. You constantly play McTominay and Fred. It's like, come on, man, just maybe there's in Ten Hag we trust. In Ten Hag we trust. Maybe there is a greater plan. Maybe there is a reason as to why Ten Hag is doing this. But for me, as a United fan who's been watching this team for years now, I am just tired of McTominay and Fred. Put Donny there. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least we know Donny isn't that guy and that we've been fooling ourselves all this time. But still, the guy hasn't been given a fair opportunity. Let him start the games, please. Like this game against Crystal Palace was the perfect opportunity to play Donny instead of either McTominay and Fred. But again, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know how much effort between the three of them, how much effort they're really giving, how much they're impressing Ten Hag, and how much that influences Ten Hag's decision at the end of the day to pick the team and the starting 11. And maybe I am wrong. Maybe McTominay and Fred really deserve to be there. Maybe they do. Maybe McTominay and Fred are going to elevate the game because with Ollie's probably not the best developer in Europe. I mean, if you compare the players Ollie and Ten Hag have had over the years and where they've ended up. Ten Hag has developed the likes of the Young, of the Ligt, of Anthony, of David Neres, of Lisandro Martinez. Players really coming off out of nowhere and becoming world class, world established players under Ten Hag. And with Ollie, I mean, he got sacked. So he's had Ronaldo, he's had Pogba, he's had give imagine Ten Hag now with Pogba. Ten Hag has Oli has had some of the best players in the world, and he's not been able to do it. And so now maybe McTominay and Fred under Ten Hag are going to get the proper coaching they need to elevate the games. But in that same breath, give Donny van de Beek a chance. The man deserves it, man. But again, in Ten Hag we trust. I'm not saying anything negative about Ten Hag for the whole season. In Ten Hag we trust, man, especially this first season. Even if we get relegated, I'm still gonna say in Ten Hag we trust. We really have to trust Ten Hag coming to this season. And staying on the topic of Manchester United, there is a player we cannot avoid when talking about this team, and that is Frankie De Jong. And for me, Frankie De Jong is really the missing piece of this puzzle that Ten Hag is trying to build. Not only because the centre defensive midfielder position has been lacking at Manchester United for quite a long time now, for a long time, and they desperately need someone to fill in that hole, especially someone with the skill set of the likes of De Jong. But out of every CDM out there right now, the perfect one for Ten Hag is De Jong because he's not only a player that he's worked with before, but he's a player that he's developed through the youth system, not through the youth system, but taken from the youth system and put him in the first team. And what De Jong used to be a centre back, and Ten Hag saw the quality in the play and put him a bit further up at the CDM position. And look at how well De Jong has excelled at that. Look, going from Ajax to Barcelona after one season of playing for Ajax's first team is a match made in heaven. And the deal between Manchester United and Barcelona looked to be have met already. Fabrizio Romano said that it is 75 plus 10 million in add-ons. So really around De Jong isn't a CDM in the sense I get what you mean in the sense that he's not like a ball retriever like the likes of Kante and the likes of Rodri and Fabinho and etc. And I get what you mean. But what I mean by a CDM is first of all where he plays on the pitch. And even if De Jong isn't that ball retriever, just even at United, you play Fred next to him, play with Lisandro Martinez that's coming in next to him. Manchester United do not have that player from deep that can just get the ball and just distribute play at a high level. If you want to say he's not a CDM, that's fine. He's going to be anyways a midfielder that's going to come in a position that Manchester United desperately needs. But as I kind of lost track of what I was saying. I think I was talking about the youth system. Yeah, there isn't really a player out there that could fit better into this Ten Hag system as the young would, and who would like this quickly understand what Ten Hag wants because he's already played with Ten Hag. So this, I was talking about the transfer and the fee. So the fee has been agreed. It's just the personal terms. And if I was United, I'll do everything in my power to make it happen. And if I was Ten Hag, I'd be calling everyone, every top person at the club every single day, telling them, sign De Jong, sign De Jong, sign De Jong. I need this guy in my team. If you want me to succeed this season, then give me the players I want. And United have done well to sign Malacia, Ericsson, and Lisandro Martinez, which are all good players, which I am extremely excited to have at the team. But De Jong is the missing piece. Matter of fact, this is going to be wild, but I'd rather have De Jong than some of those guys. Just because of De Jong at United, man. It has to happen. It has to happen. You like ETH chant. What chant is that? I'm not familiar with that chant. I have to look it up after. I have to look at that chant after, bro. Yeah. Yeah, and another thing I want to talk about, kind of diverting from Manchester United for a bit, is what will Liverpool look like this season? And I mean with money gone, with them not winning the Champions League or Premier League, with Darwin in the team, still have Jota and what's going to happen at Liverpool? How are they going to look like? What's Klopp going to do? That's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. And again, I've made a video about this and I got, Liverpool do need midfielders. 1 hag, 2 hag, 3 hag, up to 10 hag. Well, I hadn't heard that before. Chant, 1 hag, 2 hag, 3 hag, up to 10 hag. Yeah, that's nice, man. But Liverpool need it's like Bellingham. They're looking at Bellingham and Gavi. Didn't get either of them. I don't know. But again, they needed midfielders this season and they've still done well. I think Klopp is a genius, so I want to see what's going to happen. I'm going to predict the top 4, of course, before the beginning of the season, but I think no one's going to get it right this year. Of course, not everyone. Someone's going to get lucky and get it right, but I think most people won't get it right because this season will be weird. It will be a weird season in a good sense because we are going to be surprised. I think Tottenham and City are locks there. Liverpool is a lock there, but that fourth one, it might not be quite a lock because I'll say the top. Actually, I'm trying to say the top 2 is a lock. The only team I know is a lock is City. City are going to win the league, 100%. I'm not even debating that. The team City already have what they've already done this season, and the players they've signed, Haaland, is a wrap really. But the thing with the other 3, or you can say the other 5, between Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, and Chelsea, is that a case can be made for all of them to come in the top 4. Really, what do you think of Nunes misses? Brighton were linked with Nunes like last summer. Oh, you spoke Brighton. Wait, I'll get back to that one. City signings and that they are big merchants. You can say merchant. I would say ambition. Look, I'm not a City fan, but from a non-biased point of view, you have to say City are ambitious. They just won the league and they signed Haaland for that price. Manchester United are about to lose Ronaldo and they don't have a replacement. They're about to sign Ronaldo and they don't have a replacement. Do better. If you want to win the league, if you want to close the gap, you have to um, do better than what these guys are doing, or at least do it on the same level. Look at where, let's say, City and Liverpool were here at the end of the season, like, or even if you want to, they were right here. They're right here. 1 point difference give to the last game. Look at what Liverpool have done, and look at what City have done. This is City. This is Liverpool. This is City right now. They are up here. They've took it up another level. They took it up a notch, and that's why they're going to win. You can say it is they are league merchants, and I'm not the biggest City fan as well, but if from the outside looking in, with a non-biased point of view, it is ambition. The ambitious team. But what do you think of Nunes misses? um, I'm a Benfica fan, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, United need to sign Nunes," or Liverpool they just signed Nunes. And I even said in a video, and I got kind of a few like negative comments. I said that the Liverpool fans don't get too excited about Nunes because one is he's probably going to take a year of adaptation to the Premier League. Salah and Van Dijk have been amazing, but not every player is a Salah and Van Dijk. Salah and Van Dijk are on a different level. Two players that came in and quickly became some of the best at that relative position in the world straight away. I mean, straight away. Van Dijk went straight into being in the top 3 players in the world in Ballon d'Or votings. And look at what Salah has done. Salah will probably win the Ballon d'Or this year. These are high quality players, like next level quality. So I don't think that what I pretty much said is that be careful with your expectations because you don't know what you will get with Nunes. Nunes will probably take a year of adaptation, and Nunes will probably never reach that level. And some people weren't happy with that. And it's just a reality you have to take in. Not every place is going to succeed. Not every signing is going to be the correct one. But the thing is with Nunes is the potential is there, especially that game against Liverpool. I think, however, that Liverpool took a big gamble. And to be fair, they really had to take that big gamble because of what was happening with Mane. Mane left and you needed someone in. And Darwin looked like the best player in the market at the moment. That game against Liverpool, those two legs, and even the way he's played in the league. Wait, how many goals has he scored? The way he played in the Portuguese league, the way I've watched him, he's been excellent. But one, Nunes is a young player. Nunes is still only 23. He's turned 23 this year. He's still only 23. And the thing is, there's a lot of things lacking off Nunes' game. A lot of things. Nunes is not going to reach. He's not going to replace Mane. He's not going to replace the output that Mane had on the team, in both terms of goals and just output of intensity of everything that Mane added to the team. I think this season we're going to see how impactful and how important Mane was to this team because even I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I've kind of taken Mane for granted at Liverpool and how great he was. And we, as football fans, we tend to do that when a player has been so good for such a long time at a team and stay there for a long time. We're gonna forget that anything can happen. And now with Mane gone, we are really going to see how important Mane was for this Liverpool team. And again, Darwin's overall play is very poor, and I kind of agree with you. And we are going to see what's going to happen because some things will be exposed, and that's Darwin coming in and Mane leaving is one of the reasons why I say that this top four this season will be very open with the Ten Hag football, with the signings Chelsea have made, with the signings Tottenham have made, the signings that Arsenal have made. I think that every team is doing well so far. For United to be in that same level as those other teams, I think that they still need to sign De Jong. Again, De Jong is the missing piece for everything to go very well this season, and they need to replace Ronaldo. It's either replace Ronaldo or Ronaldo stays or Ronaldo goes and Martial. Okay, so Ronaldo goes and you replace him, which I don't think will happen. Ronaldo stays, which I don't think will happen. Or Ronaldo goes, you don't replace him, and Martial has the season of his life. Which I think out of those three, the third one is the most likely, and I don't really think the third one is happening. So we as United fans, I want the best for Martial this season. I want the best for Martial this season. I really want Martial to succeed. I love Anthony Martial. I've been a fan of Martial for a long time. But to rely on Martial to bring the same type of output that Ronaldo has is a big ask. It is a stretch. So again, there is a lot of work for United to do if they want to reach the same level as some of these other teams in Europe. But I wanted to bring up is Darwin's stats for the season. In 28 games played in the Portuguese league, the league BB Wine, he scored 26 goals. So overall, he's had 30 goal contributions in 28 games played in the league, and then he scored 6 goals in 10 games in the Champions League. So you kind of can begin to see why Liverpool signed him. He was the best player on the market by the time Mane left. However, his overall game is not the best. He's still a young player. He has to adapt to the Premier League, and not every signing is going to be a Van Dijk or Salah signing. It will take time for Darwin to reach that level that Liverpool fans want him to reach. I want the best for Darwin. I will want the best. I want to say for every player. I don't like some players. To be fair, I'm kind of hating right now. I don't care. I don't like every player. I like most players, however, and Darwin is a player I want to succeed. He used to play for a team I like, Benfica. He's going to my rivals, which is not good. Which I probably shouldn't say. I want him to succeed because I'll get some slack. But nonetheless. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, Blake's Football Meet, for commenting and staying throughout the whole live. Hit me up. We should probably make a live together. Or this comments you had, maybe we could make a discussion. I'll hit you up right now, either in your comments or in your DMs. We need to collab, mate. But yeah, thank you very much for watching the video until the end. If you watch it later, that's fine. Thank you for watching anyways. This is just the beginning of something special. And you would mean the world to me if you subscribed and help me to grow this channel.